So the second biogeochemical cycle that we're going to be studying, and there are four that you need to know for AP Environmental Science. The first was the carbon cycle. Now, nitrogen makes up 78% of our atmosphere, so it's the most abundant element in the atmosphere, and it's crucial for all biological life because it's a crucial component of proteins and nucleic acids like DNA. The nitrogen cycle is kind of complex as we convert an inert atmospheric molecular form of N2 nitrogen gas into a form that's useful in biological processes. It's a limiting factor in ecosystems, so it's a resource that is scarce. Again, that's what a limiting factor is, but it's vital to function. Nitrogen as N2 in the atmosphere cannot be used by organisms. Therefore, it has to be converted into an organic form or a fixed form, right? We have to fix it through biological processes so that it can be useful. So this can be done through lightning, abiotic, or via microbes in soil and root nodules, which would be a biotic way that nitrogen is fixed. So to fix nitrogen, it's primarily driven by bacteria or microbial action, as it might be termed sometimes. So what happens is that the two nitrogen atoms separate and combine with hydrogen to form ammonia. This is done by microorganisms that fall into three broad categories. The bacteria that live in symbiotic relationships with certain plants, such as these living in the legume root nodules, or free anaerobic bacteria, that's right here in our cycling diagram, and algae. So some crops such as alfalfa and beans are often planted in order to remedy the nitrogen depletion in soils, and nitrogen fixing bacteria employ an enzyme that splits atmospheric nitrogen molecules into the individual atoms so that they can combine and form ammonium. The small amount of nitrogen is fixed through a process of high energy fixation that occurs at lightning strikes, converting the atmospheric nitrogen into either ammonium, which is NH4, or ammonia and nitrates. And nitrogen can also be fixed through man-made processes, primarily an industrial process that is used to create ammonia and then used to create nitrogen-rich fertilizers. One thing that you'll notice in this diagram are the multitude of bacteria that are involved. So biotic processes are essential in order for nitrogen to be able to be used by plants. And so what we have is this process where this ammonium, NH4, that's created from the nitrogen molecule being split and having the nitrogen combine with hydrogen atoms. Other bacteria come in then, nitrifying bacteria, and convert the nitrogen into nitrites and then to nitrates, which is the most usable form. There are some types of plants that can assimilate nitrites, but most usable is nitrates. And the process, as those nitrates are taken into the plant in order to make DNA, would be called assimilation. And then as we eat those plants or they move up the food chain, it is assimilated into other biota. So if we're talking in terms of sources and sinks, the atmosphere is the major sink where most nitrogen is in the atmosphere. And most other reservoirs or sources are there for only a short period of time, and there's pretty much not very many geologic stores of nitrogen. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria are going to be converting the gaseous nitrogen into ammonium. Also, ammonia is converted into ammonium, and ammonia is found in urine, feces, and dead animals as they decompose would add ammonia, right? Because they did have nitrogen in their DNA, so that is not an atmospheric form. It decomposes into ammonia, and then it's nitrified by a different type of bacteria, the nitrifying bacteria, into a more usable form. So then, in order to have a complete cycle, we have to denitrify this nitrate back into atmospheric nitrogen, and there are soil bacteria that do that. They're called denitrifying bacteria. So they're going to convert that nitrate in the soil or water into gaseous nitrogen, which then, of course, would get back into the atmosphere. Let's see. So as we know that nitrogen is a limiting factor, when people are doing agriculture, they're putting a large amount of nitrogen into the environment, and so that can affect the ecosystem in lots of different ways. So here we have a graph, and it's showing us the amount of nitrogen in soil over the past 80 years. Well, I guess it's 70 years in this picture. So we can see that the amount was very low, and that there was a lot of nitrogen in pasture land that had clover, or places where they had those nitrogen fixing bacteria. Also where there's animal manure, because again, we have urine and feces that would put ammonia into the soil, which is a form of nitrogen. So then we see this red line start to rise really high, and if we were going to do a line of best fit, right, we would say that it just has spiked and just keeps increasing. So as a limiting factor, it helps plants to grow, to have a lot of nitrogen. They need to assimilate it into through their roots in order to make DNA and for all processes of growth, proteins and whatnot. And then, of course, animals need it too. But if we're really changing it in such a drastic way, then it is too much for those plants to even take in. And so a lot of that nitrogen found in fertilizers and in animal manure may not be taken in and able to assimilate in the plants. And then it will wash off through water into our rivers and our streams, maybe even at lakes and the ocean. So if we look at this diagram, when we look at this diagram, or you're asked to explain the nitrogen cycle, if you're trying to memorize the steps, I think the hardest part to remember is going to be going from ammonia to nitrite to nitrate to somewhere else, right? So then it's a usable form as a nitrate. So I think that the way that I would remember it is something like nitrify, ammonia, nitrite, nitrate. So try to remember those in some order, maybe because this has all I's, and then this has an A in it, and then this has all I's, and then we have an A in the word again. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. You could also try to make up a moniker where you say like air, fixed, nitrify, nitrate, assimilation again, something like that. Now, one part I didn't speak about most is that in whatever ways things are decomposing, that also would create ammonia. So in the same process as we have manure and urine, we also have things that are died. And so that is like a putrefying, and in putrefying, it turns up into ammonia again. So you wouldn't be asked to explain the steps of putrefaction or the steps that convert urine into ammonium. But that's this whole middle part here that we kind of skip when we're talking about that. I'm done with this video. You should be able to maybe flip to an empty page and draw yourself a simple diagram of the nitrogen cycle to see if you can remember all the steps correctly.